shopping for an Argo in central Alberta, head over to Argo Motorsports in Edmonton. They have specialist sales and service professionals for all types of Argo XTVs, as well as many other exciting motorsports vendors. You can also check them out on their Facebook page where they post special deals and interesting content. And don't forget to tell them Esme and I sent you.
Hi YouTube, welcome to the Emporium Outdoors. In this week's adventure, we're going to be heading off in the Argo, behind me, for a 2-day camp with the hot tent. I've just arrived and unloaded from the truck, and it's pretty late in the day. I'm not sure if the camera actually shows it. It's about 5 o'clock, so it's actually starting to get dark really quick. I really want to get to camp as quickly as possible, safely as possible. Got the headlights, so that's all good, but I just want to get the tent set up. I want to get inside. It's currently snowing as well, so that's going to add to the fun, and I'm looking forward to a peaceful couple of days. So the campsite is the one that I prepped a month or so ago, so I know I've got dry wood stacked there, and that's a really good place right now because it is so late. I don't have a lot of time to get stuff done. I need to get in, get the tent up, get the stove going. Tonight it's going to be down to maybe -8, -10 Celsius, somewhere around there, but I'm pretty keen to start getting going, so let's hit the trail. Come on. So we finally arrived. Wasn't that far, thankfully, and I'm going to use the lights from the Argo just to light up the area so I can actually get the tent up quickly. So I'm not going to hang around, I'm just going to get straight to it. And our wood's still here, so that's pretty good. Okay, that's the frame of the tent up. I'm going to go ahead and do the sides. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so the light's not great, so using the lights from the Argo. I didn't bring the ground tarp this time. That really kind of annoyed me. It's too crinkly and noisy. What it did bring was a roll of this exercise mat stuff. It's only we're about 2.5 feet wide. I think that should be enough insulation for us. Got the British Army cot tent with me again. I have a different mat this time. I'm going to try this out. It's a lot smaller, so I'm going to see how that works out. And of course the big old sleeping bag, which I'm actually looking for an alternative for. This is too big. I need something when I'm hot tenting, something probably -18, -25. Not something -45, and then I'd have a lot more room to actually store other stuff. So, okay, I'm going to get that set up so Esme can have somewhere comfortable to lie down. So we are finally all set up. We've got everything put together. Stove's in. Esme's in a normal spot on the bed, and everything's good. So thank you all for recommending gloves. That's been really helpful. I've been making a list of all the recommendations. I'm going to actually buy a few different variants and do a bit of a glove test. That would be interesting. Until that time, I'm actually using these gloves. Dug them out of my old military gear, so it's a bit hard to see. But these are the British Army Northern Ireland gloves. And I've had these for 27 years. I was first issued these when I was 19 years old, and they're still going strong actually. I don't like wearing them all the time because they are kind of memorabilia, I guess. I don't want to wear them out, but it actually dyes your fingers. They go a bit black if they get wet. You get kind of staining coming through. But they've been really good gloves. They're fully intact. They have this kind of knuckle pad. They do have some unusual names to these gloves, which I'm not going to go into, but the official name was the Northern Ireland glove. And yeah, I'll use these for the weekend until the new gloves arrive, which I'll keep secret for now. The other thing I've brought with me, or I ordered this week, was these little booties. So these are the Baffin booties, and I'll put a link obviously. But what I wanted was something I could wear once I'm in the tent. Obviously got my big boots on. I got my LL Bean pack boot, but I want something soft that I can wear inside. I easily take on and off, and something I don't have to lug my boots around inside. I did get rid of the tarp inside the tent, as I mentioned earlier. Just didn't like that. I bought it just to try it because a few people recommended, oh, put a tarp inside, but it really doesn't add anything. What I do have is this kind of, you see that, it's kind of rubber matting. This is from Canadian Tire. It was an exercise mat. I think it was 8 feet by 10 feet or something like that, and I've just cut it into strips to use for other things. Super cheap, probably about $20 for the whole thing. It's not very thick. It's probably, I'd say, about 1 centimeter thick, something like that. But I put this just in front of the bed, and over here I have another mat. It's my Parker Knoll mat, and that's all you need really. You really don't need that whole tarp just crunching and crackling all the time. It was really starting to bother me. So yeah, happy with this setup. I haven't put the mat under the bed yet. I brought my Neo Extreme with me. It's actually quite a narrow pad. I'm actually going to see how it goes without it, because the big sleep bag, I'm off the ground, so I'm in the cot. I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to get my boots off. Let's get the fire going. This tinder does feel a bit damp, which is not good. This is my little tinder pouch. What I carry in here is always some birch bark. Whenever I pass a birch bark tree, I'll replenish. And always carry a candle as well. It's really good if you're struggling to light a fire. You can just light the candle and then repeatedly light things as you go along. I also have some wax coated cotton pads. These are great too. I'm actually going to use one of those. I have a conventional lighter, but this doesn't work once it gets cold. I have this reusable match, which I'm going to use today. That didn't go well. Hopefully once that wax pad catches, then we should be good. So my other little trick is I have one of these rechargeable battery banks with a USB interface, and you pick these up at trade shows. All it is a USB powered light. So just plug it in. There we go. Now we have light. Very quick and easy. If you have more than one outlet, obviously you could run a couple of these, but it actually puts out quite a bit of light for what it is. So I'm going to save the batteries in my head torch and use this. So looking pretty good. It's 17 degrees inside the hot tent, and it's about minus 4.4 degrees outside. So I'm quite happy with that. The stove's doing really well, and I think we're in for a good night. So we're going to hang out for a little bit longer. Esme's very comfortable tucked up in the bed there. I'm pretty relaxed as well. I'm going to listen to some more podcasts. Because this is a 2-night camp, gives me a lot more time to make some videos, so quite pleased about that. Normally I'm pretty restricted with work, but I managed to sneak out a little bit early on Friday and managed to get the tent up just in time with the help of the lights from the Argo. So we're here now, we're all set. We've got all tomorrow and tomorrow night, and then we'll pack up on Sunday and we'll head back. Got some friends coming out on Sunday. They're going to do some hunting, so we might see those at the end. So I'll speak to you again when I climb into the old sleeping bag. See you in a little while. So Esme and I are about to turn down for the night, and it's actually been quite a relaxing night. I really feel that the tent and all the equipment has actually come together. It's been very easy. Like, I haven't thought, well, I wish I brought that, or I wish I didn't bring this. It all seems to mesh. So I'm actually quite pleased. Everything seems to work, which is, I think, once you reach that kind of balance, then it's you deal with the small pieces, like the tiny influences on how you camp. I feel that's the stage I'm currently at. So I feel that I'm actually making progress. The stove's still burning well, but I'm going to head to the sack right now. Esme's tucked up at the bottom of the sleeping bag, and I'll see you in the morning. So good morning. This is the first morning, and we slept really well. I didn't put the pad under the sleeping bag, and it was fine. So I think I can save that weight in the future. Should be fine. Not cold at all. I think it went down to pretty cold outside. I'll check the temperature thing. But I woke up a couple of times and put wood in the stove. But yeah, everything was good. Time for some breakfast and some coffee. That's my next thing. So the good news is we still have some glowing wood in the bottom of the stove. So I'm going to throw in my morning bundle. And hopefully we should have something resembling a fire pretty soon. So I got my small coffee, and I brought a plate this time. I'm going to have my eggs. Such a wonderful morning. It's nice to do longer trips. It gives me a lot more time to actually get out and explore and do stuff. There is a new trail that I've never been down before that I discovered a couple of weeks ago, and that's my plan for this morning. Okay, I'm going to tuck into this breakfast and I'll be right back with you. So we're heading out and we're going to explore that trail, and we're going to pick up some extra firewood, which should be good. It's a nice crisp morning and the trail awaits. So let's start up the Argo and let's get going. Okay, we'll let that warm up and we'll start loading up some of the equipment that we'll need for today. Okay, I think we're all ready to set out, so see you on the trail. Hey, where you going? You're good, right? So we just got back from our ride. It's not cold, but it feels cold. I'm not quite sure why. I'm gonna fire up the stove again because I'm pretty cold actually. I think it's maybe riding on the machine without a windscreen, but doing 40 kilometers an hour and like -3, whatever, with the wind chill. That's pretty cold. So I'm hoping this is. I can see a few embers in the stove. I'm hoping I can just actually get it going again. That'd be really nice. So for dinner we're going to have grated potato, some onion and an egg together. I think it should be okay. It should be like fried potato hash, I think. Well, it looks pretty good, so let's give it a try. That's actually really good. Very good. I'm going to have to remember this. So it's true, Montreal chicken spice does make anything taste good. So we had a pretty fun day today. Went out and did some riding, shot some drone footage. I went around all the kind of usual areas. I did see one grouse, but unfortunately I had my gun locked from earlier, so I couldn't take the grouse. Had supper. That was actually really good, and I'll kind of post that recipe because I think it's so simple. So last night was really interesting. There was sounded like a big buck that was outside that I could hear calling. I think they are in the rut right now, so lots of movement, but he went pretty close to the camp. I could hear him kind of moving across. Yeah, really pretty cool.
Apart from that, we haven't seen too much wildlife, but we'll be meeting up with some friends tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. So today's Sunday. It's day 2. Slept really well. This cot does need the mattress underneath it. It's way less comfortable without it, so I thought it'd be fine. Actually, thermally, it doesn't make a difference, but for comfort, it just takes out some of the bumps and ripples. So next time, I'll definitely have that with me. It's about 8:15. And so it just started getting light. I woke up about 2 o'clock and put some logs in the fire. And actually kept going all the way through until I just put in a few more logs and it sprang to life again. So that was pretty good. It lasted much longer than I thought once you damper it all down. So that's pretty good. So the next jobs are to get some coffee going. My last reserves of coffee. And to get some breakfast cooked as well. So we got the water boiling. I have my remainder of my coffee. Got to fill this up. It's the spatula from last night. Quickly made up. It turned out okay. I put some olive oil just to finish it off. And some Montreal chicken spice. So, breakfast. Very nice.
Should bring some cheese. That's what it needs. So I was just looking at the thermometer. The current temperature is -10. It was 7.8 in the tent. I'm going to the minimum. It went down to 11.2. Those L things are the inside one. I guess doesn't go down that very low. So it must have dropped between there. And the maximum I ever got up to is -3. So yeah, it's pretty comfortable. It doesn't feel like current -10. I guess it's once the sun comes around it should warm up a little bit, but that's what we're looking at.
Well, that brings us to the end of another video. I hope you've enjoyed Esme and I's adventure, exploring in the Argo and camping in the hot tent. A big thank you to all those people that leave thumbs up and comments on the video. It really does help to promote the channel. If you'd like to see more videos like these, make sure you subscribe and hit the reminder bell. So until next time, take care. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.